Good evening, everyone. This is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to Afternoon Tea Time and a Card. I'm just trying to find you on my iPad and we'll get started. Just give me a second. Okay, I thought I was going to go in through my my browser, but it looks like that's not working. I still can't figure out how to see you guys every week, but I'll get it. Okay, I'm almost there. So welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a card fold for you. There you are. I see you now. So good evening, everyone, even though this is Afternoon Tea Time and a Card. So for you guys that are new, I used to call this Afternoon Tea Time and a Card while I was taking care of my husband, and I didn't want to change the name once I started going in the evenings on the East Coast. So I'm going to keep it as afternoon because it is afternoon in some areas. Okay, so today I'm going to use some new products and I'm going to show you a really neat card fold that was new to me. You can see I have a bunch of ladybugs all stamped and punched out. This is the Ladybug Builder Punch and the Hello Ladybug. Look at all these pretty images. I'm using most of them today. You'll see when I open my case that there's hardly anything left inside. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys were all aware that yesterday was the debut of our mini catalog and our celebration catalog. And if you follow me on Facebook and my blog, I'm featuring one or two products a week in the celebration catalog. So last week I started with the Hello Friend or Friendly Hello stamp set and designer paper. I featured 5 days worth of cards. I'm going to move this so I can show you. And this is the pretty stamp set, and a lot of you guys already got this yesterday when we went live, and I thank you guys for all your orders. Look at the pretty paper. I have a sampling of all the sheets here. I love the pastel colors, and then of course with the black images stamped. And then there's one sheet, this one here, I don't have an image of the flower, but the flower image right here and the leaf image you can stamp right on the designer paper. It matches right up. So let me show you the 5 cards that I showed. And most of these cards, because I needed to do something really quick, if you grab your catalog, you'll see that I copied some of these cards. I cased them. I did this one. I kind of did this one. I used the same idea. I did this one. And then on the back, you'll find some more. See this one here? Instead of a small card, I made a regular size card with it. This one has the 3 different designer papers. I did 3 banners. This one is exactly like the card. So cased, copy and share exactly is what I did. This is the one with the bird and the twine. And then this was the last one. So a good way to see a variety of the designer paper that I used. And I started featuring Calming Camellia this week. So check out my blog or my Debbie's Designs Facebook page and you'll see all those samples. Okay, what else do I have before I get started? I'm going to draw at the end of my video, so you have to stick around. I'm going to draw for the card I'm making today. And then I'm also going to draw for the Awesome Otters stamp set. So you'll find out what you need to do when we get to the end of the video. Okay, ready for my card. My card is called a multi-tiered pop-up card. That's a really long title, but okay, so I'm going to show you the back. This is the back of the card. So you can do a sentiment, you can add a little note. This is the 2 sides, and look at this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiers on this card. And then it folds flat. You'll have to make a special envelope for it because it's kind of a square card. But look how pretty that is. And that's what I'm going to show you. I've done 4 of the ladybugs already. So I'm going to go ahead and do one more. Let me bring out the inks. I'm using Tuxedo Black Memento ink, Soft Seafoam, Poppy Parade, Just Jade, and Daffodil Delight. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm just gonna do one more ladybug because I prepared some ahead of time. And let me see, this is the body. Now this is a really, really big, bold image, so you have to make sure you ink it up really well. And let me get my pad so I have a little bit of give to it. Now what I'm gonna do is the ladybug's body is kind of upside down. So that's how I'm gonna stamp it, so it'll be easier for me to put it through on my punch. So there's the body. Yeah, make sure you line up. I find that if you line up the antennas first, and then you can just move it slightly to the left or right if needed. Okay, there's the body. Next, oh, I still need the black. Next, I'm gonna do the wings. And this is with Poppy Parade. Now the wings is a two-step process. You have to do the little dots, or you can leave them white if you want to. I'm gonna do them in black so you can see how to do that. And they're pretty easy to match up, except I have a camera in front of my face, so hopefully. And then I'm going to cut that with the punch. Oops, I gotta cut a little bit more. So this is really quick to make a whole bunch of ladybugs. If you have a project, this would be great on a scrapbook page, I think. And then what I did is I added dimensionals on the wings. And I'm gonna set that right on the body. I'm gonna flip it over and add another layer of dimensionals, and I'll leave those for when we do the card. Okay, now, a lot of layers on this card, but very easy. I'm gonna start out with, and I have the measurements for you, and I'll once the video is done on Facebook, I'll put all the measurements in the description of the card. So the card base, soft sea foam, 8 by 5.5. And we're gonna score that at 2 inches and 6 inches. And I'm gonna do that right now because I've already done the remainder of the scoring. So 2 inches and 6 inches. Okay, that's it on that. I'm just gonna go ahead and fold that on the score lines. So I hope you guys are enjoying the new catalogs. Isn't there some nice products in there? Okay, now, tiers. You're gonna start out with a piece 5 inches wide. So what I did is I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet and I cut it 5 inches this way, and I got 4 pieces, I think, out of it. You're gonna go 5 by 4 3/4, 5 by 3 3/4, 5 by 2 3/4, and 5 by 1 3/4. You're gonna end up with 4 pieces. And to know if you did it right, just place them all even on the bottom like I did, and the spacing should be all the same. And then once you have all 4 of your pieces cut, you need to score at half on both sides. You're gonna make tabs. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold all 4 of these. So those are going to be the tiered pieces. That's where you get all your steps. So these are very simple to cut. And for the front of it, you can use designer paper, but I chose, because these stamped images are so cute, I made my own designer paper using white. So now I'm going to bring in the measurements for the white. Let me move this over. Okay, so for the white, and I'm calling it designer paper, so your DSP. Again, you can cut a long strip 3 3/4 inches wide, and you're gonna have the 4 tiers again. So 3 3/4 by 4.5, 3 3/4 by 3.5, and so forth. They're just an inch difference. Do the same thing I did with the soft seafoam. Line them all up even on the bottom, and your spacing should be all the same on all of these. So these are the tiers that are go on the front. And then we need a piece for the back, 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. So like I said, a lot of pieces, a lot of layers. So now what I'm going to do, let me see if I can bring the card back in. I'm going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to start with the first one in the front. Okay, I need some room here. I'm going to start out with the sentiment. May your greatest wish come true. And then I'm going to just add the flower and the leaves. There's a whole bunch here that we can do. So let me bring all the inks out. I'm going to move this again. So there's your soft seafoam, Just Jade, Daffodil, and Poppy Parade. I'm going to start out with the daffodil. I'm going to do a flower right there. I'm going to do another one here. All I'm doing is filling in all of the space on the white. Now this is one of the leaves, the big one. Just a little piece. This is 3 flowers on one image. We're going to do Just Jade. I'm going to do one down here. And you can overlap them. Remember, we're creating designer paper. And then we've got this little tiny center for the flowers. A lot of stamps. And then this is a little cluster of 3 dots. And I kind of just use that to fill in the background. Let's see, I'm going to do one more right here. Okay, so there's my first one. I'm going to do this 4 times. I'm going to roll up my sleeves. Okay, so we're going to start again with the flower. And I think I'm going to do a leaf. I love this leaf. Look how big it is. We're going to add some Just Jade flowers. You don't have to worry too much about the bottom. It's going to be covered by the previous layer. Let's see, now we're going to do that. And we're going to add some little dots everywhere. Okay, there's number 2. They're getting bigger, you guys. Okay, flowers. I'm going to stick a leaf right here. There's no right or wrong way to do this. All I'm doing is filling in all the white space. Let's see, we'll stick some flowers. Look how easy this is. And then the middles. And we just got one more to do. I love this little dot. This is my favorite image, I think. Just a filler. You fill it in. Okay, there's number 3. One more. I want to see where I put my flower on this one. Okay, I'm trying to stagger my flowers a little. I'm going to do the opposite. Now this one, you can see only the top is going to show. So like I said, you don't really have to go in too deep. I'm just going to add a bunch of flowers to fill in most of that. Okay, I'll move this over. Aren't these colors pretty together? Okay, Just Jade. Add one at the top. And we're going to call it good. Okay, now I need to stop for a second and clean off my stamp. because I have red on the edges, and you know what's going to happen. I'm probably going to get it on the background. And I also have some on my finger. After all that work, I don't want to mess up my white pieces. Okay, so there is for the center. One more. Whoops. That was smart. I did it upside down. I got it all over the block. User error. Let's see. Okay, that's good. So I got all 4 of these stamped. Now let's get rid of all these ink pads so we don't have a messy accident. I know sometimes you guys cringe when I leave my ink pads out because you know what happens. Okay. Now let's bring everything in. And the first thing I'm going to do, I need to cut my sides at an angle. And how I did that, I measured in 3/8 from the fold. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2.5 from the bottom. 2.5, and then 3/8. And you could actually just eyeball this and do one and then measure it off the other one. That would work also. Now, where's my cutter? Right here. So we're going to cut those at an angle. There's one. And there's 2. Okay, whoops. Okay, now here comes the fun. We're going to start with the biggest piece. It's going to fit right in here. But first we're going to glue the designer paper that we just made. I'm going to add that. Let's see. I like this one better. I'm going to add that right to the center. There's number 1. So again, if you don't want to stamp this layer, you can just use designer paper. But I wanted to show off the images. That's why I opted to do it this way. And you'll see how fast this goes once we start gluing these in place. Okay, last one. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to start with the biggest one. I like to use liquid glue on this because you might need to move it around. So just on the tabs on each side. And that's going to fit right here. Even on the end. And even on the end. And you can see why I said you might need to move it around. Make sure it's nice and flat. And what I did, once I had it in place, I kind of pressed it like this on each side. And it kind of stays in place. So look how easy that was. Number 2. On the tabs. Make sure it's nice and even on the bottom. I just kind of hold it there for a little bit and then I do my folding. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fold. And fold. There's number 2. And I'm just gonna hold it, and now I'm gonna fold and fold. There's 3, one more. Oh, I can see a lot of hearts going by. Now, make sure when you do your last one that your sentiment is facing the right way. You don't want it to be upside down. And this one should be even with the edges. I'm just gonna hold that, and then fold and fold. Look how easy that was, you guys. It's all done. I know it probably looked intimidating, but it really is not. So now all we have left to do is to add our little ladybugs. We're gonna put this one right here. Haha, Karen says, easy, she says, maybe for her. This is the first time I make this card, and really I found it very easy to make. Now I'm positioning my ladybugs so that I can see them all. They're not hidden from each other. And I also added my dimensionals not way at the top, because you have some of the heads are going to stick out over the edge. So there's number 4. And, oh, wait a minute. What did I do wrong? I have a piece missing. I have a piece missing up here. What in the world? I forgot to stamp one. Well, this is actually for the back, so I need to go get another piece. Hold on. You know what? I know what happened. I had these all cut out, and then I was working on other projects, and I bet you I stole the piece. So I'm quickly gonna do the last one. I didn't even notice that I did that. Okay, let me bring this back in. Now I gotta bring the ink pads all back out. And let me start. And I'm gonna do the back while I'm at it too. Whoops, this one. Okay, there's the back. So I'm gonna do a 2-for-1 deal. Maybe. I'm gonna have to move it over though when I do the flowers on the side. Okay, let me just do this. I just need to actually do a couple on this one only because it won't even show. Okay, let's see. We need the leaf. And I got just a little bit of the leaf right there on each side. I'm going to sneak one in right here because that's not going to show. And then we need the Just Jade. Let's see, I'm going to do this one first. Oh, I didn't leave room for my ladybug. I'm going to have her go up a little. Okay, now this one. And we need the red. I'm also going to need to cut one more wing for the ladybug that goes right on the back. So I'm going to do that. I'm almost done, you guys. What a way to regroup, huh? Okay, there's the one I'm going to cut out. Now I need to stamp one. I should have stamped her first, but I didn't. Okay, let me cut. Where's my punch? Right here. Now hopefully I can, whoops. Did you see that? Hopefully I'll be able to glue that piece on the inside of the card. Now I left the wings flat on the back of the card because it's going to fold and go in an envelope. So, okay, now we need to do the flowers and the little dots. Where's my little dot? Right here. Okay, there's that. And just a few on here. Okay, now I can finish. So let me put this one that goes on the back. Because I'm hoping that I can glue the other one by just sliding it in there. That's when you say, I think I can, I think I can. Okay, let's see what happens. You know what I think I'm gonna do is just add glue on the top and on the bottom. Let's see how good I could slide that in. Cross your fingers. Oh, come on. There, I did it. Okay, so now all I have left to do is to add my little ladybug right there. Okay, let me make some room so I can put these up for you guys. I'm gonna stand this one up so you can see how it looks going down, and then let me put a little clear block. So there's my card, and I just want to go over one thing with you like I did last week. Now that it's celebration, so what you see here, actually I need to move this a little bit. I'll bring it back out. What you see here today that I used, the Hello Ladybug bundle, if you add a package of white cardstock and the soft seafoam, which is this color, that brings you to the $50 level. And what I thought would be great to go to earn for your free one, if you ordered these 3 products, you'll get at $50. You can earn a free package of the Daffodil Afternoon Designer Paper. This paper would look great with the ladybugs in the background. I actually did one for my free card kit for the month. I used this one right here. And my ladybug, I believe the body was Flirty Flamingo. And I can't remember how I did. I should have brought that out. But anyway, this is just an idea to earn this for free. And you'll be able to make this card because you have everything you need. And then if you join the Stampin' Up family, I have all these products that would equal to $125. You would pay $99 with free shipping, and you get to pick 2 stamp sets of your choice. And in going through the catalog, there's stamp sets that are $39. If you get 2 of those, that's $78 for free on top of everything else. So I'll put this up on our page so you guys can see that also. Okay, so now let's go ahead and draw for one of these cards. Will be the first drawing, and then the second one will be for the Awesome Otters. Let me go ahead and pick 2 numbers. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go with okay, and you guys need to comment with the word otter. Myrtle Thorn. Myrtle Thorn is the winner of the otter set. So thanks so much for joining me tonight, everyone. I will be back on Friday on my Debbie's Designs business page. I'm going to be doing some paper pumpkin alternative projects for you. So make sure you join me on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And next week, what do I have on tap for next week? I don't think I did anything yet. So I will see you back here on this page next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. Have a good night, everyone.